Now we're going to take a look at Allegro in G, also from chapter 3, page 79. On this one, we have a bunch of shifting to consider in the right hand. And it's at first a little tricky, but once you get the hand positions, it's actually really easy to play. So let's take a look on how to break this down. So first off, on Allegro in G, this really can be broken down to two sections. You could break it down a little bit more than that, but we're going to look at it in kind of two segments for the most part. So we have the opening statement here in the beginning. And the first thing to notice is we are in the key of G, as indicated, so there's an F sharp. And it starts off with an octave, G, 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 G. So for that, the fingering is going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5 in the right hand, like that. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5. We're going to do. This puts us in position for this next part, like that. And this is going to be an F sharp, because it's in the key of G. I'll write my cautionary accidental. I'm just going to write my finger numbers. So if you look at my hand here, once I go to the high G, my fourth finger, I'm already kind of in this position where I have D, E, F sharp, and G, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's really important that we have 2 on D, 3 on E, 4 on F sharp, and 5 on G. And in fact, you can start that way in the beginning of this piece. If you watch my hand, I can already have second finger on D, third finger on E, fourth finger on F sharp, fifth finger on G, and be able to reach the lower G octave. Like that. So I'm ready. So on bar 3, it's 4, 2, 3, 4, then back to 5, 1. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to work on this very beginning. I want us to actually start off by just playing 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, just that much on bar 3. So you're in this position, fourth finger's on F sharp, fifth finger's on G. Ready and play. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, again. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more time. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 down an octave like that. Ready and play with me. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Ready again. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. One more time. Ready and play. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Just like that. Now let's try those first 4 measures. So we'll go ahead and add the first 2 bars here. Okay, so again, go ahead and have your fourth finger on F sharp, so you're ready. Like that. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Let's do that again. Ready again. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Good. And feel free to rewind it and do that a bit more. Once you're comfortable with that, then guess what? You know all of the first 8 bars in the right hand because it doesn't change. It's exactly the same twice. Okay, so I'm going to mark it like this. I'm going to mark this and call it A. All right, what we just learned, the first 4 bars is A. I'm going to mark the next 4 bars and also mark it A. So we know we're just doing A twice. You don't even need to look at this if you don't want to. You could just literally look at your first 4 bars twice and just pretend like there's a repeat sign, like this. Okay, you could treat it like that because it's identical. Okay, so you're really not learning 8 measures, you're learning 4 measures. So now let's try that. We're going to play the A section, but we're going to play it twice in a row. Okay, so again, you're starting on the G octave, but go ahead and have your fingers on D, E, F sharp, 2, 3, 4. So you're ready for that. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 again. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. Now let's go ahead and add the left hand. So this time we're learning it a bit differently. We're learning in sections and we're just completing our sections. All right, so in this case, let's take a look at the left hand. It's in G position, GBD. It's just a 1 chord. Just a 1 chord. which will just be 5, 3, 1. In the left hand, 5, 3, 1, and that stays the same through here. And then we have 2, 4 for this chord here, which if we analyze based on the right hand, it's actually a 5, 7 chord. Okay. Now, if we do the inversion, then we would say, well, the 5th is in the bass position, so this would be a 5, 4, 3, and then it goes back to 1. Okay, so there we are applying our theory studies, okay, to our analysis. So let's do the left hand. We have a G major chord, 1 chord, then you go to AC, 4, 2, and then back to 5, 3, 1. Do that again, just 1 chord, 5, 4, 3, which is just AC, and back to 5, 3, 1. Once you're comfortable with that, we can do the left hand in time. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this is pretty easy to feel because when you get to bar 3, the right hand, remember, is playing 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2. Well, guess what the left hand's playing? 4, 2. So it's the same fingers in both hands. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do just that now. So we're doing bars 3, and 4. Just to get that transition. Left hand starts on AC, 4, 2. Right hand starts on F sharp, 4, 2, 3, 4, like that. And you're going to then go to the 1 chord. Here we go. Ready, slow. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just that much again. Ready, again. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, AC. Ready, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. And now we're going to go ahead and put that all together, those first 4 bars. Here we go. Okay. So again, left hand is G, B, D, 1 chord. Right hand's a G octave with your 4th finger already on F sharp, 2nd finger already on D. Here we go. Ready? Play. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Let's do that again. Ready? And play. And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Just like that. Okay. So then once you're comfortable with that, then you can try doing them twice in a row. Let's try that. Here we go. And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 again. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Very good. You now know the first 8 measures hands together. Not only do you know the first 8 measures hands together, but check this out. Do we have our A section comeback? We sure do. Take a look here. And this is exactly the same A again. So you also now know bars 17 through bar 20 as well. Okay. The ending's a bit different, so I'm going to mark this a little bit differently. I'm going to say that this is section A2, A sub 2, because it's a bit different here, right? But because it's really simpler, that's the next part we're going to learn. So let's take a look at the right hand this time. Okay. So again, we have the repeated G's to begin, so we're going to start with our thumbs here. So 1, 1, 1, 1. But then look what we have here. This changes. The notes are G, B, E, G, B, E. Okay? So our hand position's going to be a little bit different now. Notice the space between my thumb and my 2nd finger. So I'm skipping A entirely. I'm not in G position. My thumb is on G, my second finger is on B, then my rest of my fingers like that. You see? So 1, 2, 5, like that. 1, 2, 5. So let's just play that right there. I'm going to write the notes just to make this clearer. G, B, E. And that's its own chord, isn't it? An E minor chord in first inversion. So 1, 2, 5. Okay, let's play that together. G, B, E. Ready, and play just that. G, B, E. Again. 1, 2, 5, and again. 1, 2, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 5. Okay? And then we're going to have, since your fifth finger is on the E, third finger is already on C, so that's the finger we're going to use. 1, 2, 5, 3. So that's pretty easy. With the finger numbers ready, try with me. 1, 2, 5, 3. And then that means second finger is already on the B here. 1, 2, 5, 3, 2. Then to 1 on the A. 1. And then we're going to cross over with 2 to the final G. Okay? So there's actually going to be a shift at the end there. Okay? So now try the last two bars, just the last two measures from here to here. So we have B, A, G. 2, 1, crossover, 2, like that. Just that much. Ready, and play. 2, 1, 2, again. 2, 1, 2. One more time. 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to put the last three measures together. Okay? Go ahead and have your hand in the position G, B, E. Ready, and 1, 2, 5, 3, 2, 1, crossover, 2. Let's do that again. So G, B, E, 1, 2, 5, ready, play. 1, 2, 5, 3, 2, 1, crossover, 2. Okay, so get comfortable with that. Maybe do that a few more times. And now let's take a look at the left hand here. So again, we have the 1 chord, which is just 5, 3, 1, G, B, D. Then we have fifth finger on G, second finger on C. Then look, we've got an octave. D down to D, which is a D octave, 5 chord. I can even write the notes here if I want. And then to a G at the ending, which will be second finger. All right, so let's do just the last 3 notes in the left hand. You're going to start with your thumb on D, then you're going to stretch down to fifth finger on lower D. Then that puts you in D position, which means second finger will already be on G. So it's 1, 5, 2, like that. D, D, G. All right, and it's perfectly fine to write cautionary notes like I am, just to remind you, so you're not having to think as much. Let's do that. Ready, and play. D, D, G. Again. D, D, G. One more time. D, D, G. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the hands together for the last 2 measures. Okay, so we're going to do these last 2 measures. So the left hand plays D, D, G. Right hand plays B, A, G with 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to get comfortable with this. So we begin left hand on D, right hand on B. Play that together. Left hand goes down to D, right hand goes down to A. Play that together. Then left hand goes to G, right hand goes to G. Play that together. So notice how we're thinking one hand at a time. Okay, so that's the key to playing different things with both hands. Okay, so this sounds easy. It's not easy though. Okay, so thumb on D, left hand, right hand on B. Play together. Left hand goes down to D, fifth finger. Right hand goes down to A, thumb. Play it together. Then both hands go to second finger on G. Play it together. Okay, let's do that again. D and B. Down to D and A. Back to G's. Once again, D and B. This time we're going to just find it and touch it. So I'm already touching the keys. D and B, play. D and A, touch and play. G and G, play. Okay, now we're going to try to keep it in time. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. So notice how I'm touching it early. I'm preparing early. Okay, so I'm already ready before I even start counting. I'm already ready. D and B. 1 and 2 and 1. D and A. 2. G and G. That's the way. Let's do it a little faster. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Once again, ready, and 1 and 2 and 1. A little faster. 1 and 2 and 1 again. 1 and 2 and 1. One more time. 1 and 2 and 1. And you want to do it enough times that it begins to feel habitual, where you don't have to think as much. That means that it's becoming a pattern in your mind subconsciously, a habit, if you will. All right, so now we're going to go back one measure. Left hand here, left hand plays 5 and then 2. Okay, right hand plays 1, 2, 5, 3, and then we're going to go to the downbeat of the next measure. So you'll have 1, 2, 1, just that much. But we're going to go very slowly so we can think it through. Both hands start on G. Here we go. Ready, slowly, and 1. And now to second finger on C and fifth finger on E. 2. Third finger on C. Now to D and B. Just that much again. Find your starting points. Ready, and 1, and then C, E, 2, and D, B. Let's do that again. G and G. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 1. Once again. Ready and play. 1 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to combine it to the end. So you might need to stop the video. You might need to go back and review it a few more times. And then when you're ready with each section, let's try putting it together. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Let's do that again. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Okay. Once that is secure, we can do the entirety of A2. Okay, so we'll put this all together. The trick is to already be in position for your right hand. So even though I'm on G, my second finger is already on B. My fifth finger is already on E, so I'm already ready for the transition. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and let's do that again. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. Okay, review that with the video, get it a bit faster. So now you know we've covered literally everything except for here, bar, let's see, 9 through bar 16. Okay, so now we're going to learn this part. All right, so let's take a look at what happens on bar 9 through bar 12. So there's kind of a we have a section here. And then, in fact, I'll mark it like this to make it a little clearer. Let's call this B1, and then we'll call this B2 for a section. So we're looking at section B1 to begin with. Now, right hand starts on D, thumb on D. Okay, so I'm going to write the fact that this is a D, D. We're going to use our thumb on D, okay, which stays on D. And then we have an F sharp. I'll write my cautionary accidental. And I'll also write the fact that it's an F sharp here, just to give myself less to think about. And then my finger numbers are actually going to be 2, then 3, then 5. So look at my hand position again. Thumb on D, second finger on G, F sharp, then third finger on G, fourth finger on A, and fifth finger on B. Like that. So again, there's a gap. I'm skipping the E here. So it's not a pure D position. My thumb's on D, the rest of my hand is up. Okay, so like that. Okay, so we're just going to play these measures here. Just those measures. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 5, like that. Okay, let's try that. Ready and play. 1, 2, 3, 5. Again, ready and play. 1, 2, 3, 5. Now let's go ahead and add the beginning. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So you'll have 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5, like that. Ready and try. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5. Once again. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5. Just like that. And then we get to bar 12. We don't change positions. We stay in our exact same position. 4, 2, 1. Okay? So that's the beauty of finding good fingerings. Because if you're in a good fingering position, then you don't have to move your hand around. You don't have to change the fingerings. And you can think just the finger numbers and you'll still play the correct notes. That's why I emphasize the fingering so much. Okay? So this whole thing is in the same position. 4, 2, 1. Try that. A, F sharp, D. Ready and play. 4, 2, 1. And again. 4, 2, 1. Very good. So now we're going to combine all of that. Okay, 9 through 12. Ready and play. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Ready again. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Like that. All right. The left hand for this section is really simple. You're just in G position the whole time. Okay, it doesn't change. We're just in G position. And that stays in G position all the way through the B sections. Left hand never shifts. Okay, so the only shifting is in the right hand. So we start with our thumb on D. Then it's just 1, 2, 3, 5, 1. Then 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So very straightforward. Okay, so if your left hand's in G position, then you just do the finger numbers. Let's do the whole B1 and B2 for the left hand. Ready and play. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. That's all the left hand is. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to practice just these two bars. Both hands together. All right? Because that's the only tricky bar. So left hand is 1, 2, 3, 5. Right hand is 1, 2, 3, 5. What do you notice? The finger numbers are the same in both hands. 1, 2, 3, 5. So as long as your hand's in the correct position, guess what? If you use the same fingers, you're going to play the correct notes. 1, 2, 3, 5. So make sure your left hand is in G position, 1, 2, 3, 5. Make sure your right hand is in the correct position, D, F sharp, G, B. And now you're going to do the same fingerings for both hands. 1, 2, 3, skip 4 to 5. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 5. Ready and play. 1, 2, 3, 5. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 5. Once you're comfortable, let's do the next measure. The next measure, left hand goes to D, thumb, and right hand plays 4, 2, 1. Just try that measure. Okay, so left hand's on D, right hand's on A. 4, 2, 1. Again. 4, 2, 1, and again. 4, 2, 1 more time. 4, 2, 1. Now let's start and combine those three measures together. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1 is what we have. Here we go. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Just like that. And then the easy part, adding the first bar. Ready and play. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Do it one more time. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Like that. Okay, really simple. Okay, so then that takes us to the next section. This next section, guess what this is? This is a G major scale. That's what this is, a G major scale. Think about the fingering for a G major scale. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fifth finger is on G. So we're going to start the right hand, 5 on G. Then we're just going to go down our scale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. We shift there. 2. Then we have 4, 3, 2. And back to the A section like that. Okay? I'm going to write my cautionary accidental in, the F sharp. Okay, so this is just a descending scale starting with fifth finger on G. G, F sharp, 3, 2, 1, shift to 3. 3, now 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. So we're actually going to start by looking at this measure here. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try the whole scale. Going from bar 13, right hand play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift. 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that again. Ready and play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. Okay? Get that comfortable. The left hand there is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay? So it's easy hands alone. Putting it together can be a bit tricky. So to do this, we're actually going to do this in parts, just like we always do, small pieces. I've erased some extra things. All right, let me write those in again, so that, there we go. All right, so we're going to start off with the first two measures there. So right hand is 5, 4, 3, 2, really easy. Left hand is 3, 1, 2, 3, but really slowly to get comfortable with this. Ready? And then D and F sharp. Then we walk down. Walk down. Right. So once you get to there, it's pretty easy. We can just walk down. All right. So we're going to add one note to here. Okay. So the first note, 3, 5 together. 1, then 1, 4. Now step down, step down, step down. Then right hand crosses over the third finger and left hand steps down to G. Just like that. Okay. So now we're doing it that far. Let's do it slowly. Again, left hand on B3, right hand on G. Again, if your hands are in position, you can just think the finger numbers. 3, 5. 1, 4. Then step down, 2, 3. Step down, 3, 2. Step down, 4, 1. Step down, 5, 3. Okay, let's do that again. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and. One more time. Ready, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now the last measure is pretty simple. Left hand plays a D. Right hand plays 2, 4, 3, 2, and then you're back to the A section. Let's do that. Hands together. Ready? And 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's put it all together. Left hand starts on B, 3. Right hand starts on G, 5. 3, 5. Now 1, 4. Step down. Step down. Step down. Right hand goes to third finger. Left hand to D. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. So get pretty comfortable with that. That's a little tricky. Once you're comfortable with that, we can put B1 and B2 together. Okay? Let's try B1 and B2 now. Remember, left hand's in G position, right hand's in D, F sharp, G, A, B position. Here we go. Ready? And 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Now fifth finger on G, right hand. Third finger and left hand stays. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross over to 3. 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is not a piece that you want to tackle all in one day. I would break this up. Maybe do A sections in one day, do B sections another day. Maybe spend another day additionally just getting really comfortable with them. And then when you've had a few days to let these sections really gel, then you can come back to this video and play it through with me. I'm going to do it twice, one time very slowly and one time at a more moderate tempo. Okay, so now we're going to play through all of this. Here we go. Slowly. 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. Again. 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. Now going to B, right hand goes to D with your thumb. 1, and 2, and 1, F sharp, 2, and 1, and 5, then D, 4, 2, 1. Now G major scale, right hand G. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Cross over to 3, and 3, up to D left hand. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2, and 1. Stretch to G. 5, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. Now the ending. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5, 3, 2. Stretch. 1, then G. Now, if you've got it perfect the first time, that's pretty impressive. It means you really prepared well. But more than likely, you had some trouble areas. Go back, review those, get to where you can play along with that segment of the video perfectly. When you can do that, come back and then play along once you've worked it up at this more moderate tempo. Okay, again, I would say this is a solid 4 to 5 day working process on this piece. Okay, this is a more performance tempo. 1 and 2, and here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 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 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'll do it one more time. That's a perfectly acceptable tempo, but it is labeled Allegro in G. And so if you want to push yourselves a little bit more and reach a higher standard, you can try it with me at an actual Allegro tempo. 1 and 2, and here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1. Skip the repeat. 1 and